Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today's December 1st, 2020, last month of the year. And the news are brought to you by Catlabs of JP, which is a store located in Boston, but they sell worldwide. And also they have an Instagram account that they would love if you would go check it out. And if you like what they have, you can also follow them there. So first of all, last week I made a video on the news about the ORWO might be coming with color film, and someone in the comments called me out saying that I had made that piece of news. I was just speculating and making it up, and he even said there was a Nikon FM4A coming, which who knows, maybe it is. Maybe I'll put that on the thumbnail. But basically I wanted to let you guys know I made a video explaining why I came to that conclusion, and not that it's actually 100% sure that they will make it. I'm sure there's a lot of brands out there that are actually working towards things that might never, see the light of day, but we get little glimpses of news about it and I report them. I just try to report good news and sad news sometimes about the film industry. Try not to make anything up. I'm very optimistic and hopeful, so sometimes I speculate and I say things. That time it wasn't speculation. Also, in the video that I posted explaining the whole ORWO, I feel like it was a bit passive-aggressive. Was not my intention. At the very end, it came off a little strange. I do like that you guys call me for information that maybe hasn't been very specific or clear, and give my resources, or maybe like who is the place where it's coming from. So please do take the news as they are. I try my best to get all the information. I'm the only one doing this edition and recording and editing and all that, so I'm a one-man team. Not every time do I make the best calls in the news. So that time I was right. Many times I might have been wrong, so please keep that in mind. Okay, so let's start with bad news. Photokina has been suspended indefinitely. They didn't officially say that it's canceled, that it's gone, that it's died. There's a lot of articles out there saying that, I guess more like as clicky, baity stuff. But Photokina has sent an email to me and others, of course, that have attended the fair before, saying that they're no longer going to be doing it for now. I'm 100% sure myself, this is personal opinion, that it probably will never come. And that is because, first, Photokina has been decreasing in size throughout years. I've only been to 2 editions, but every time there are people saying that there's much less people and all this. And we all know that cameras are selling less and less by the day. Apart from the fact that each camera manufacturer is announcing their cameras in private events or public events and sending them to YouTubers and influencers around the world. Each time Canon wants to come out with a new camera, they're not going to Photokina to announce it once a year. So the idea of photography fairs as announcements is pretty much gone, I think, and that didn't help Photokina. Then, of course, what's happening in 2020 didn't help, and also the fact that Photokina decided to go from a fair every 2 years to yearly did not help at all. A lot of people canceled for 2020 because there was going to be another one in 2021. So very, very sad to see. My photography career as a YouTube content creator, newscast, whatever you want to call it, pretty much started thanks to Photokina, and I owe a lot to the fair. So that's very sad for me, and I think very sad for a lot of people. Then we have the news from Blackmagic, and I know Blackmagic make digital cameras for video and like broadcasting equipment and whatnot. But they also, I think, bought, and I'm saying I think is because I think they actually acquired a brand that was called Cintel that made a scanner for cinematography film. So there's a new Cintel scanner with what they call capstan drive, which is a special motor to scan fragile and damaged film in 35 and 16 millimeter at 30 frames per second in Ultra HD resolution. So they are like 30 grand, so not that anybody watching the news will go ahead and buy one, but there's a second option. We have Kinograph version 2. So Kinograph seems to be an open source project to basically scan cinematography film, and they just released an update for the second version. So you can go ahead and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's a lengthy video, but it's kind of nice to see open source projects, or a smaller budget version of film scanner for cinematography. Then we have a Light Lens Lab 35mm Summicron. This lens is a Chinese copy, or inspired in the Summicron version 1 8 elements from Leica, and they've made one in China from the brand that's Light Lens Lab. And I actually read about this at Japan Camera Hunter. I had seen it in Rangefinder Forum, and I actually told you guys about it. It seems it's finally available. There's one misconception that I'm not sure about and haven't been able to look it up properly for the news, is the fact that in the article from Japan Camera Hunter, it states a price of around $500 US. I think 450 or something like that, they say. But then online, all I can find are $1,500. So that's 3 times the price from what they said. Still a fraction of the price from what the real Leica version 1 V8 Summicron is worth. I actually own one, and it's my favorite lens, so no wonder people really like it. But yeah, if you feel like getting one and you don't want to pay the Leica price, you can pay the Light Lens Lab price, which is around half the price. Then we have One Instant, which is done with their Kickstarter. They're supplying film to people that did the pre-orders too, and so on. I just got a batch of it not long ago, which I'll make a video on. Has hinted black and white. So this is not on the official One Instant website or the official One Instant Instagram or SuperSense Instagram. This is by Chris, one of the ones that's taking care of production in Vienna, and he's posted a black and white image of something that resembles One Instant. So fingers crossed we see that, because as you know, FP100C is gone but still available, but FP 3000B or 100B is long gone and very rare to see, and prices are up there with One Instant color prices. So I really hope they make black and white an option. You remember, you do have new 55 making peel apart for 4x5, an actual real 4x5 works in one of those holders that you can't see because it's out of frame. But yeah, those are news, I think. Then Midtones machines, and this is not an update from their website directly. This is an actual article on 35mmC, Hamish Gill's website or blog, both. Basically, he has a whole article talking about the Midtones machine, and there's a price mentioned, which is something I've never read before. He is expecting to have a price around 2.5 to 3,000 US. That is depending on demand and supply and how many units he has to build in that way. So there will be a pre-sale special price, which hopefully will be a little lower than that. I totally understand the price. I just really, really want one, and I don't think I could cop for that. But do remember that a manual machine like the Jobo CPP3 is 3,500 US dollars, if I'm not wrong. And you have to do that everything manually except for the rotation and the little clock timer. So I'm very excited to see the Midtones machines, but no update from him. It's more like the article. You can read a bit more about the project. Then we have bad news or sad news, not 100% yet, but it seems to be that Fomapan Retropan 35mm is discontinued currently, and someone wrote the brand Foma and asked them what's going on, and they said that yes, the 35 for now was discontinued, and that 120 in sheet film might go after if there's not a heavy demand of the film. Seems like the newish film, because it's their last film they've come out with, which is a 320 ISO Retropan from Foma, is not too popular. It had a characteristic of being like a little soft, so it was meant for portraits and have that like old vibe to it. So yeah, if you're a big fan of it, try to stock up and maybe buy some more. Maybe they'll see demand and they'll keep on making it. They weren't saying it's fully discontinued. They were just saying that it was basically not looking too great to make another run. So yeah, those are the news for this week. Also, quick mention at the end of the news. Today's December 1st, and it's another month for my Patreon. I've redone my whole Patreon website. Now there's different perks. There's a live stream, which I did one, I think it was Saturday. That's a test for a proper live stream. So my live streams from now on will be behind Patreon. And they're also going to be different live streams for artists, photo books, projects, and so on for the higher tiers. So yeah, if you feel like checking it out, you can go check out the Patreon. And as always, thank you Catlabs for sponsoring the news. If you guys have any information, send an email to the email below. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.